HPass is a new initiative from and for the humanitarian sector, and one that's been over 10 years in the making. It is responding to a very real challenge that the humanitarian sector faces when it comes to recognition of learning. And to give you a very practical example, for humanitarians all around the world, they're faced with almost two very distinct options when it comes to recognition. They either undertake short, bite-sized courses, sometimes face-to-face, sometimes online, sometimes blended, where they will receive a very informal paper certificate that might say they've completed that training. On the other side, they can spend a lot of money if they are in a part of the world that offers such courses and do a more formal accredited course, a diploma or a degree or postgraduate degree. And the very real problem with both of these is that for many people in the world, for most humanitarians, only the former is possible. There are huge language barriers with accessing more formal humanitarian accredited courses, as well as the cost implications. So many people struggle to access ways in which they can have their skills and experience formally recognized. And they end up carrying around a big folder full of paper certificates that a new employer can't validate easily, because it doesn't contain the information they require to understand what did that person do, was there an assessment, how much work went into it, how many hours of study was involved, etc. So HPass came around to try and fill that gap in between these two areas. And we're really trying to support the localization agenda by doing so, to provide greater access to learning and to provide access to ways of recognizing those skills and experience that people gain through learning. And what we also felt was important was being able to link those skills and experiences to competencies that are recognized within the sector. And obviously the end game for us is for those humanitarians to be able to demonstrate those skills and competencies to new employers, and perhaps to donors if it's on more of an organizational level. So there are two core components to HPass. One is using digital badges to recognize individuals. As I've mentioned, something that is more formal than a paper certificate, that can be validated using the metadata within the badge, and also offers us the opportunity for lots of organizations to endorse badges created by other organizations, meaning that we will hopefully try and prevent duplication, to prevent organizations all focusing on very, very similar learning opportunities for their own staff, rather than utilizing opportunities created by others that could really meet their requirements anyway. The other service is the humanitarian learning standards. And this is a set of standards that organizations and learning providers that serve the humanitarian sector can self-assess against and be audited formally against, to demonstrate that they meet certain quality markers. And you might think, why is that important for the humanitarian sector? Well, as a humanitarian, there are so many opportunities out there for you to access learning. And there's no really clear way of understanding what represents a quality learning opportunity by an organization that has really took into consideration best practice in learning design and delivery, so that learners find it very difficult to make the right decisions about how and where they spend their money. We know traditionally that spending on learning within the humanitarian sector is comparatively very low compared to other sectors. And as a result, these resources are very precious, and we want to make sure that individuals have all of the right tools to be able to spend that money in the right way. And ultimately, that means combining the badging and the learning standards together. We are enabling individuals to make more informed choices and to demonstrate their experience in a consistent way. And that's never been possible for humanitarians all around the world before. It really supports organisations to improve the way that they approach learning within their organisation, something that's of real importance in order to be able to recruit and to retain quality staff and volunteers. So we really feel that HPass is a wonderful opportunity for the sector, utilising learning that has been developed from the wider education sector as well as within the private sector, and bring that to the humanitarian sector and make a real difference. And we're really, really excited about the opportunity that both badging and a recognition of quality learning standards can bring to our sector.